Hello everybody, I'm Garrula64 and welcome back to Sonic mods. I don't know, this is a first for me. We're playing a Sonic 06 mod today, and I did check this out during the Sonic hacking contest, but I wanted to make a video about it because this mod is constantly being updated by the team, and it's already been updated since the hacking contest build. So this is Sonic 06 Legacy of Solaris, made by the Legacy of Solaris team, or the Lost Legacy team, as I'm looking at the Discord right now. And there are some really interesting changes to this game that you'll be able to see just by jumping right here into episode select. First off, you can see Sonic looks a little bit different. That's just a texture thing, but he looks pretty good. And as you scroll through here, you'll notice, oh wow, all of the other characters are present on the story select screen. And that's because every single character that you play as in this game now has their own story sequence. So basically, if I picked Tails right here, right? You can't actually usually do this. You see a cutscene, loading screen, and those are a lot faster too. You see another cutscene, then we load into a level, and Tails loads into Wave Ocean. And as you complete the levels that you want to complete, I mean, I don't usually play as the other characters very much unless I'm forced to in the original game. But you go through their levels and you kind of do what you want to do, and it's like Sonic Adventure. You kind of have your own little adventure as this character, and no one else, except when they force you to change characters, because that still happens. In fact, I believe, since we're Tails right now, I think later on they might actually switch me to Sonic, but I'm not positive on that, because when I was playing earlier as Blaze, I started in Shadow and Sonic's Crisis City, I believe. I think it was, more specifically, it was Shadows, and when I got to the Blaze section of Crisis City, it switched me to Silver. So it's kind of like you have to play the levels a different way than you normally would in the first place. And that's kind of interesting, because again, one of the other things this mod does, you could probably see it, Tails is moving a hell of a lot faster than he's ever moved in this game. And it's actually not awful to control. His flight time's a lot better, he controls a lot better in the air. Tails was one of the characters who drastically needed to be changed, let me tell you. So that is a very welcomed change. Also, probably gonna need to do that. Also, I believe some of the levels are also restructured a slight bit, so some of the characters can work. Because I didn't have that, like, you know, whoa, jump section where you instantly die the first time you play this game, because you don't know about that. Maybe we don't even switch to Sonic. You don't even have to worry about that. No, there's just a gold ring up there. Alright, so yeah, so that's one of the drastic changes for this level. After we take care of business there, we actually get sent to another area, or the hub world, and you're able to run around the hub world or just play the other levels as these characters. Look at that, A rank? Gosh darn. I'm feeling special today. So where are we getting sent? Do we get sent, so that goes away, and now we have to go back to the hub world, collect information about Dr. Eggman. So yeah, then we can run around as Tails in the hub world and do whatever it is you're supposed to do next in the story, which I just think is really cool. And that goes the same for all of the other characters as well. So, like, for example, we pick Knuckles. We load right into the go collect information about Dr. Eggman segment, and then I assume we go right to, would it be White Acropolis? Or Death? We go to Death. So someone else, for example, we pick Blaze, like I was mentioning. We start off in Silver's little cutscene there, and we jump right into Cutscene City. And here we are, we're actually in Shadows, and I believe it is Shadows because it spawns the Dune Buggy here. But Shadows and Sonic's is pretty much the same regardless. But yeah, so if you ever wanted to play as Blaze more often in this story, then this is definitely for you, because like, Blaze is definitely the best character in the original game. She's probably still the best character even in this mod, and I'm okay with that. She just controls really well, she's very quick, and I love this little homing attack drill thing she has. Just gives you so much momentum for the moving forward. Another thing I need to show you this is Silver. He runs a lot faster. I mean, look how much ground we're covering in the hub world, and this is the biggest part of the hub world, I think. Like, I feel like I can make it around this in a relatively short amount of time, which is a lot better than the 17 minutes it takes to walk around in the original. He also has some updated moves, so like, that little teleport dash he has makes him go a lot farther, and it's a lot faster. Speaking of a lot faster, aside from his running speed and that teleporting, his flight lasts a lot longer, and he flies and covers so much distance so quickly, it's a godsend. Also, I want to jump into a level real quick, because you need to see how much better his combat abilities are, because, woo lad, they are better. Kingdom Valley we go. This is also another thing in the mod that is new-ish. Apparently Kingdom Valley has received a facelift, they say, And the water looks better as well. I'm not noticing too much of a difference off the bat here, but that's just because my eyes are definitely untrained, I can tell you that much. So, from here, we can actually show you how much better Silver is. See, I can use the Psychic Wave to stun these enemies from much farther away, which means you don't need to walk into them and get hurt anymore. And that also means Silver is just automatically a lot more fun to play because he's a tad bit broken, I guess you could say. I mean, let's see. Let's have some enemies spawn in, and that's all they wrote. That's it. Dead. Everyone's dead. You can move on. Actually, there might be one more guy back here. You sneaky sneak. Can't believe I didn't notice you. But you know what? It's probably because you're really insignificant. I don't care. Also, I don't think I was supposed to do that. Sometimes the flight is even, like, a little too fast. Like, you end up doing things you don't even mean to do. But it's pretty easy to recover if you do that, because they're just, it's just so overpowered now that you don't need to worry. Like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to... Do I need to hit this or something, or... just head down this way? I just knocked that building apart, didn't even try. I guess that's... I mean, when you're throwing things around in these levels, it's just... things just kind of happen around you, you just gotta accept it, but... Actually, hold on, let's go over here. Like, you see how overpowered that is? It's great! Like, I remember watching someone at one point, I don't know who it was, I don't remember the channel. It might have been the Great Clement talking about it. But he was like, you know how much fun Sonic 06 would have been if you got to Silver? And, like, you know how he kicks your butt in all the boss fights? Like, could you imagine if you got to Silver and all of a sudden you were ridiculously overpowered? Like, as long as the levels accommodate for it, like, that would have been so much fun. Here's a pretty important tidbit about Sonic. He's also a lot better, and the bar down at the bottom of the screen actually now works. So if you use these gem abilities, your bar is going to decrease. It's not going to re-increase unless you kill robots, I assume. But there you go. So you can actually use these abilities the way they were meant to be used. I believe this actually takes away your infinite jump. Well, I mean, you still have the infinite jump while the bar is full, but once the bar is empty, it looks like you are going to be playing the game normally. Which means Aquatic Base is going to be awful. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter because Sonic controls better. Homing attack isn't as janky in my opinion. Feels a lot snappier. Of course, you're gonna have to look into that yourself because I can't really speak for that. You also have the Rainbow Gem, which I didn't actually get to use because I just used the whole bar. There you go. It's pretty much like... It gives you like a little supersonic animation. Must not be finished yet. But I assume once that's done, you'll be able to use Supersonic in regular levels. Which, that would be pretty fantastic. Because I believe that was supposed to be a feature of Sonic 06, and... well, you know how that turned out. A lot of features that were supposed to be in this game didn't end up happening, because... I mean, the potential was there, right? That's what matters. No, it doesn't. Potential does not matter. Potential means nothing if you buy it for $60 and it acts and plays the way it did when it released. Another thing we have here, if we jump over to Trial Select... pick out Shadow. Let's just go to Crisis City, why not? We go to this extra here. The team behind this mod has actually included a whole nother objective into these levels, where instead of doing the normal objective, you end up just doing a different thing. So I don't know if this one's going to be specifically about going through the tornado section, and then the gold ring will be at the end of that, but I assume they're going to be like shorter little burst challenges, and as far as I'm aware, they're in store for every single character in all of the different levels. That was dumb. That was super dumb. But I kind of want to see what's at the end of this, and I don't know what the overall goal is. I mean, I think it just said head for the goal, right? But I guess it's going to be kind of like, you know how Tails I was playing as a little while ago, and his goal ring was just right there at, not Emerald Coast. That's what it is. It's not Emerald Coast. So it's probably going to be like that, except with the other characters just having smaller little objectives in different levels. You should die, not me. The only thing about this mod is that it is, you know, pretty difficult to run. Also, I just turned myself around. That's a big snowball. Slowly coming at me, not at all threateningly. It's too bad. But, you know, I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. But yeah, this mod is very hard to run. You either need to have a modded Xbox 360, which are not very common things, or you need to be able to use the Xenia Xbox 360 emulator. That is the way I'm currently running it. I was able to use my Sonic 06 disc, get a fresh copy of the game, and install the mod that way. So that is one way you can do it, but again, it is very difficult to run, and I think that's part of the reason that you don't hear too much about this. But it's honestly a real shame, because these people are doing a really amazing job turning this into something more fun. And this game desperately, desperately needs that, let me tell you. Like, even just playing around with the characters as they are now, like, the mod's nowhere close to completion yet. But all of the characters have been improved. Amy controls worlds differently, her hammer destroys everything within, like, a 3-mile radius. Which is weird, but it's so much more fun. Because you don't need to, like, stand inside the enemy and get hurt to actually beat things. Also, I guess we're dodging laser gates a la Mission Impossible. That's good. Shadow is kind of like, I don't know, they turned him into like a really cool secret agent in this game, which was strange, because the last time we saw Shadow, he was denouncing everything that his old life was in Shadow the Hedgehog. And then he just starts working for Gunn. It's like, wow, okay, so I guess the series did get a soft reboot, but I feel like you need some kind of hard reboot to fix all of Shadow's traumatic past. But yeah, no, that's pretty much this mod in a nutshell. There's a lot to go on. I mean, I definitely want to stream this someday, like when it's more finished. Like, right now, it's plenty playable, but I know they're going to be adding more amazing things and refining things as they go along. So I'd much rather wait for that. And I hope you do too. So if you like this video and you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell, follow my Twitter, and join the Discord to keep up with more Sonic 06 mods and other things that aren't Sonic 06 mods, because I do a lot of things. I'd also like to give a huge thank you to my current sponsors. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring, it really means a lot. If you have any interest in becoming a sponsor yourself, please make sure to check out the link in the description for more information and all the benefits, such as being shouted out at the end of every single video and stream. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.